Hello, voiceover me here. I realized I kind of had a boring vlog here, so I'll take this dedicated food segment and briefly talk about some meal prep related tidbits I learned. I used to really dread preparing food for more than just one person, but ever since I started meal prepping for myself, it had actually become easier for me to cook for more people too. So meal prepping is essentially meal planning, as asking what's for food covering not just one meal. The simplest way I found to approach this will be to start with a survey of some major food groups. Not a food expert here. I only look at food within these categories available at my disposal. So meat or plant-based proteins, vegetables, carb sources such as legumes, rice and beans, as well as some big fat sources like sauces, marinades, stuff like that. I look at what I have and try to have some of each. So here as the video goes, boyfriend and I went to H Mart and we got some tofu as well as wagyu beef. So I decided to whip up a very basic mapo tofu and beef bulgogi, both with stir-fried yuchoy, and I just put my nose on the beef. Anyway, so now I got the protein with tofu and wagyu, my veggies with the yuchoy, and fats with my bulgogi marinade and store-bought mapo sauce. When choosing what to do sauce and marinade wise, consider the characteristics of the food and choose what will complement their flavors. Mapo tofu has this oily and spicy fermented bean and chili based sauce that takes something basic and bland like tofu and gives it that savory and addictive spin. Beef bulgogi is filled with flavor enhancements like soy sauce, sesame oil, and garlic. It's also a dish that's been passed down throughout generations, so you know it works. And the wagyu here combines both the wonderful flavor of the wagyu and the melt-in-your-mouth fattiness of the beef and the sauce. So I'm really going for a hefty, feasty vibe for the dinner that I'm making here. Here, on the side, we had some chicken curry rice left over from the day before, where we hung out with some friends at this great restaurant in Irvine called Coco Ichibanyan. It was hands down the best omurice I've had in the US, so I highly recommend. But anyway, I digress. So the next thing I learned that was the best for me would be to do all the chopping in one sitting. A well thought out workflow will definitely save us a ton of time in the kitchen. So usually I would start with preparing all the ingredients, cut all the veggies into the sizes I need, make all the sauces, etc. And then I go into the recipe that requires the longest time to cook, like the stuff that needs to go in the oven or the Instant Pot to stew up. And while those things are cooking away, I can focus on stir frying or cooking the other dishes with their respective methods. So in this case, where I'm cooking for friends in real time, not in a prepping capacity, I still go with this workflow and it really helps me just set the stage to throw something into the pan and make magic happen. Speaking of magic, I, for one, was almost always intimidated by coming up with the new ideas of what to make for food. But grad school, as you know, is quite overwhelming. And if you watched my essay on having too much on my plate, you know I legit got no time to think about meal ideas as I have a million other things to tend to. So what I have been doing is that I've been using convenience food or leftovers as much as possible. Just because you're meal prepping and planning a menu doesn't mean that you have to make everything from scratch. So as you can see here, I was making like store-bought marinade, mapo tofu, I have the store-bought sauce. The goal of meal prepping or like making food is to save you time, not to take up your whole weekend or like the whole night just to make something. So utilize pre-made sauces, dressings, marinades, you name it, to just speed up the process a little bit. That's about the most important ones that I can think of. As you can see here, I changed because our friend is coming over pretty soon. I definitely plan on compiling more about my experiences meal prepping and make them into a video for my own reference and for your reference in the future, so on the lookout for that. But for now, voice over me, mic drop, bye guys. Just hung out with my boyfriend's friend. I ate too much. I cooked some foods and then she brought boba and then I just couldn't control myself. But it was a good night. We went for a walk in the downtown town and then
Happy birthday to you. Yes, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear lishu. Happy birthday to you.
You're very off tune, but okay.
I know. Yay! Clap, 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 clap. Now cut the cake.
Okay. Let me take this off first.
Nice.
Put in the middle. It's now 12 a.m. in California, and I am 24 years old, officially. It's crazy to think that I survived this past year. I mean, during my 23rd birthday, I didn't know if I would ever get to have another normal birthday again, and today I just hung out with friends. We walked around the beach, went to get donuts, sat outside and ate pho. It's felt somewhat normal, and it just made me appreciate the little things in life a lot more, and can't wait to go around the sun one more time, you know what I mean? And I recognize the privilege I have of having most of the people that I love right here with me, and although future is still really uncertain, as you can see, I'm going through my quarter life crisis right here. I am hopeful, and I hope this next year is gonna be a good one, and you know, everything else can take its course smoothly. So I can't even English anymore. I'm really tired. I have cake in the fridge, but I'm probably not gonna eat it until tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
We fell in love in the winter, but I miss you most in the fall. 3 years, 11 months together after one night in Montreal. Red leaves are in the breeze of Nashville, and now I share this bed with someone new. Something's in the way the sunlight's hitting, it's got me thinking about you. Maybe it's the long nights and the short cold days, or the rate that the planets change position. Or maybe everything just has a time and place, and that's why you